Hi guys, Holly here. Tonight I'm off to see The Secret Life of Organs, which is essentially British composer James McVinnie and experimental Australian trio The Necks doing their thing in two separate sets on a 200-year-old organ at the Union Chapel in Highbury and Islington. Hello again. So as I mentioned, I went to see James McVinnie and The Necks put their hands to a 200-year-old organ, not dissimilar to the one behind me, at the Union Chapel in Highbury and Islington. Now I don't think I've ever heard any live organ playing before, at least definitely not in a 2-hour concert of it. So I was pretty open-minded going in there and wasn't entirely sure what to expect. We learned that James McVinnie would be playing 3 different pieces of music, or 10, depending on which way you look at it. There were 2 pieces composed by Philip Glass, and in between were 2 sets of 4 different pieces of music composed by Tom Jenkinson, also known as electronic artist Square Pusher. So James McVinnie took to the stage and very quickly disappeared again. But then I realised that the organ was sort of tucked away at the back of the church, and then suddenly this sound started. And it was very, very powerful. But as the songs went on, it didn't grab me in the way that I guess other concerts have before. And I almost feel guilty for saying it, and that's kind of the point I want to make, is that although as the music went on it wasn't really my cup of tea, although I definitely enjoyed some pieces more than others, regardless of that, James McVinnie's skill and playing was unbelievable. I had no idea what a complex instrument the organ is. At the front of the chapel they had a screen filming James as he was playing, and there was 3 different tiers of keys, lots of different foot pedals, stops at the side of the organ, and it made me respect what he was doing, and I could understand his respect for the instrument and why he felt privileged to be playing it, and I felt pretty privileged to be there too. Next up was The Necks. Now they're an experimental improvisational trio, so anything you see them play, they've never played it quite the same before. They're comprised of a drummer, a bassist and a pianist, or in this case an organist. Similarly to the James McVinnie pieces, again, it didn't quite grab me, but I think in this case it's because the organ is such a powerhouse, and I think the other instruments just kind of got a bit lost in it. However, I would really like to see them play in their usual surroundings, perhaps in a big concert hall, because I can imagine that gets really exciting and really interesting. So overall, although it wasn't really my cup of tea, I think it's more down to personal preference. There are a lot of people there who are very clearly enjoying it. But one thing I'd definitely like to go back for is the Union Chapel again. Not only is it a fantastic arts venue, it's also a non-for-profit charity that do a lot of work for their community. So it's definitely a venue that I'd recommend and would like to go back to myself. If you enjoyed this review, then please do let us know by giving it a like, thumbs up just below. And if you'd like to hear more from me or my fellow reviewers, then please follow the links in the description box. Or why not click here to subscribe, and then you get them sent to you instantly. I've been Holly, and this is another Barbican Young Reviewers review. Thanks for watching. Bye!